Senator Bernie Sanders going for the Democratic presidential nomination. Thank you so much for being part of Three Questions.
My pleasure.
Why hasn't Utah voted for a Democratic presidential candidate since Lyndon Johnson?
Well, that is a wonderful question. I don't know the answer. You're probably going to have to ask the people of Utah about that. But I suspect that maybe the Democratic Party here has got to be a little bit stronger in raising issues that are relevant to the lives of working families. But yeah.
How do states like Utah, which has beautiful national parks and big, wide open spaces?
You're one of the most beautiful states in this country.
Thank you very much. We've been working on that. How do states like Utah balance the need to protect those lands and the need for economic development in natural gas and oil?
Well, we must protect our natural environment. No question about that. And Utah is one of the most beautiful states in this country. But I'll tell you something. In terms of climate change, I have to say this. You may not agree with me. We don't have a choice. What we are doing right now is fighting for the future of this planet. And I happen to believe in science and what the scientists are telling us. If we do not act aggressively, as fast as humanly possible, to transform our energy system away from fossil fuel to energy efficiency and sustainable energy, the planet we're going to leave our kids and future generations will be increasingly uninhabitable and unhealthy. We cannot allow that to happen.
Salt Lake City has some of the worst air in the country.
Does it?
At
I
times,
didn't know.
it does. What can the federal government do more than it is doing now to help Utah clean up its air?
Well, unhealthy air and undrinkable water is a crisis that exists all over this country. And what we need is an environmental protection agency that believes in environmental protection. What Trump has done is dismantle the Environmental Protection Agency, given it over to the industry and to lobbyists, and is doing a very, very poor job in making sure that the air we breathe and the water we drink is clean. So my promise to you is we will create a very, very strong environmental protection agency that makes sure that all people in this country have a clean environment.
Utah tends to support a free market. It tends to vote conservative. It tends to want government to be out of the way. Your policies and your ideas have run counter to those ideas. In fact, your views on wealth and the economy and healthcare would take the nation in a different direction.
Yes.
How do you win Utah with the kind of ideals that you have?
Okay. Well, you do it by saying to the people of Utah and to the people of America that healthcare is a human right for all of us, that we should not be spending twice as much per person on healthcare as do the people of any other country, and yet have so many people who are uninsured, underinsured, and we end up paying by far the highest prices in the world for prescription drugs. You know what? I think the people of Utah agree with that. And I'll tell you what else we say. We say that in America, if you're working 40 hours a week in Utah, in Vermont, any place else, you should not be living in poverty, that we've got to raise the minimum wage to a living wage of at least $15 an hour. And in terms of climate change, no matter what state you're in, the people of America are listening to the scientists, not Donald Trump. They know we have to transform our energy system away from fossil fuel to energy efficiency and sustainable energy. We bring people together around an agenda that works for all, not just the 1%.
Utah is a conservative stronghold. Can you beat Donald Trump in Utah?
We will do our very best to beat him in Utah, as we will in every state in this country. And I think we have a good shot at that, because we have the strongest grassroots movement of any campaign that's out there. As we speak today, we have thousands and thousands of volunteers knocking on doors, making the phone calls. And I think we have an agenda that speaks to the people of Utah and says that the government of the United States should work for all of us, not just wealthy campaign contributors.
Senator Bernie Sanders, seeking the Democratic nomination for president. Thank you so much for being part of Three Questions.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.